Welcome back guys to another Tarkov related video. In this video, we're gonna talk about the age-old question, is Edge of Darkness worth it? Ramen, I'm planning to buy Escape from Tarkov. Should I get Edge of Darkness? That's probably the most common question that's asked to me in my live streams is, why should I get Edge of Darkness and is it worth it? Is it worth the $140 US? So first things first, what do you get out of Edge of Darkness? The biggest takeaway you can get from Edge of Darkness, and is probably the most common reason why people upgrade, is simple. It's the huge stash size. With Standard Edition, you get the basic stash, which is a 10 by 23. That means you have an inventory with 10 columns and 23 rows. In my experience, it's okay to have Standard, especially if you're a new player coming to Tarkov. The reason behind it is that there is this thing that we call gear fear in Escape from Tarkov. It is the biggest sickness that a lot of the new players have, or even veteran players of the game. Gear fear is basically the idea that you are afraid of using your gear because you don't want to lose them. So what happens is you end up hoarding everything in your inventory and you never really take any of the gear out. So all your good gear is just stashed aside in your inventory and you just keep running hatchling runs, pistol runs, or I don't know, super light runs, which basically destroys the purpose of you playing Escape from Tarkov. So with Standard Edition, because you have such a small stash size at 10 by 23, you're forced to use your gear. Because if you don't use your gear, you don't have much space to hoard things. I think Standard Edition is the perfect size inventory for players who have gear fear. Because you have a small inventory, you don't have the room to hoard. So you end up just using your stuff because you have no other choice. And this is a good thing, by the way. A lot of players have trouble getting better at the game and just flat out enjoying Escape from Tarkov because of gear fear. And I feel like having a Standard Edition stash is one of the ways to prevent gear fear. I will be making a YouTube video about gear fear in the future, but my advice to you guys who are starting out, or if you guys still have gear fear down the road, get rid of it, because that's the only way to enjoy the game. Zero gear fear. I came to Escape from Tarkov at around midway through the 0.8 patch. That was around June of 2018, I believe. Coming into it, I only had the standard stash size. And I'll be honest, as a new player, I did have some gear fear, but because of how small my stash size was, I was forced to experiment with equipment and use my gear. And I'm telling you guys, you can, and I repeat, you can survive a whole patch or a whole wipe in Standard. There's nothing wrong with Standard. You can totally survive with Standard. This is not a pay-to-win kind of game. If someone has Edge of Darkness and I have Standard, I have all the potential to still win a fight. It does not matter. The only difference is stash size. That's pretty much it. So if you look at the website and you check out the Edge of Darkness Limited Edition in the pre-order page, you'll see that there's a clickable drop-down arrow that says additional equipment and resources and stash. So as you look through this list, it looks like they give you loads of stuff that you may think you need compared to what you get in the Standard Edition. But to be honest, you're most likely gonna sell 90% of all this gear. You actually won't be using a majority of these starting items. What this gives you is a head start on selling to traders, so you get a little more money and you get to advance the spend status with specific traders, and they give you a little bit extra quest items that you can hand over to begin with. Example, you're given a little more Tashankas, which will come in handy when you reach the quest where you have to hand over 30 Tashankas to therapists. You're also given a fort armor, which you can keep if you want to. This fort armor is also a quest item down the road, so you get the idea. You kind of get a little bit head start on quest items, but everything else you're most likely gonna sell anyway. So don't even try to compare or analyze what you get out of this whole quote-unquote additional equipment and resources and stash. Also, speaking of quest items, the advantage of having Edge of Darkness is that you have way more space to store quest items that you need down the road. So what the more experienced players do when they find quest items in raid for future quests down the road, like example, you're only level 5 and you know that you need 5 of a certain item when you're level 15, so you end up hoarding quest items in advance. Having EOD helps with that, so that when the time comes, all you have to do is turn in all the quest items you've been hoarding for the past few raids. For me personally, the best things you get out of getting Edge of Darkness at $140 US is getting the huge stash size of 10 by 63 compared to the 10 by 23 of Standard. And Edge of Darkness is actually considered a season pass. What this means is you get free access to all the future DLCs. And last but not the least, why I would recommend Edge of Darkness to other players is also to support the devs. I really believe that this is one of the best shooters I've ever played in the past years. I don't know. It might be a stretch saying the past decade, but I may believe that. I think this is probably the best shooter I've played in the past decade. So the bottom line is Edge of Darkness worth it? Yes, it is. but standard is just as amazing. You can definitely compete with the standard package. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Me personally, the reason why I upgraded from standard to Edge of Darkness was because I wanted to support the devs, and the standard stash size just felt a little too small for me down the road as I got to the higher levels. So I hope this video helps you guys out a bit. Hopefully you guys have kind of figured out which package you want. Thank you guys for supporting the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for supporting my Twitch channel. Again, if you guys don't know yet, my content is mainly on Twitch, so I do stream Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. all the way till 10 p.m. GMT plus 8. That's Philippine time because, again, I am from the Philippines. You can check me out at twitch.tv/RamenStyle. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys in Tarkov.